Hey hackers, it's Alicia and I am back with another episode. I can't believe it's been 42 episodes. Shout out to everybody who has been rocking with us since episode 1. If you haven't, go back. It's so many gems. But this series that we're currently in is Career Shift. So maybe you have gotten here naturally as you are exploring new things. You kind of are trying on, I like that, I don't like that. But what's next? How do I know, right? How do I move closer to that? Hopefully I'll give you some tools, and definitely I know you'll find something through the series that'll help you there. Or maybe you have come to an impasse and you've been forced here because your company has announced a restructure or you've been recently laid off. What I want to do is there's actually a book that I'm using that you can use to accompany this episode that I think would be great. It's a fantastic read, and the name of it is The Genius Zone. It is by Gay Hendricks, and it's the inspiration for our title this week. And before we get to our Genius Zone, we have to explore 3 areas where we spend the majority of our time. Play along with me. Hopefully, if you have a pen and paper or your notes app, I want you to write down things in these 3 areas. So the first area is incompetence. All of us have an area, yes, a zone of incompetence. Everybody sees it. They know what we don't do well, right? But I want us to make a list of 3 things you insist on doing that you are not good at. Yes. What are you not good at? What do you need to let go? Write it down. Okay. The next is competence. What are some mundane things that you probably do with your eyes closed, but that you do? Okay, so think of those things, 3 things, jot those down. And then last but not least is zone of excellence. I want you to think of 3 things that you're really good at. They're probably things that you get really great feedback on. Maybe you can volunteer to do these things. But here's the problem with these 3 zones, right? Incompetence, competence, and excellence. We spend 90% of our time here, and these things, activities, and areas that we're operating in sap our creative energy. So maybe you may be thinking, hey, I'm really good at this and I love this, or, oh, it's not hard, but I'm not motivated. I feel like I could be doing more. This is why, because you are not operating in your genius zone. So now that you've made this list, you may be thinking like, well, how do I get closer to my genius zone, or what do I do with these things? That's what our hacks are going to be on for this week. So number 1, you have to delegate. Let go of those things, especially that you're not so good at. Who else can be doing that, or who may enjoy doing it? That's going to be the first. Our second hack is resist. Now, this may be hard for some of you that feel like, A, it won't get done if you don't get it done, or if you feel like it is your job and you enjoy doing this because people need you to do it. I want you to resist. Maybe you have a point of view here. Maybe you're well read and this is an area that you feel really good about and you've built your career here, but it's holding you back from next. So you got to practice resisting. Keep your hand down. Don't volunteer. They ask someone who could do it well. Let somebody else take it next time. Number 3 is commitment. So we're going to make a time commitment, right? So I've already explained to you how our time is split up currently in these areas. We're going to try to get closer and spend more time in our genius zone. So what came to mind for you that you're like, this is what I do better than anybody else? Maybe that's not it. Maybe you thought, oh my gosh, if I could do this, this could happen, or I enjoy doing it. That's the thing we're thinking about for our commitment. Here are 3 time frames that I want you to think about, and you try it on and you commit to what feels good to you. So the first level is 1 hour a day. If you were to do it for 1 hour a day, how does that feel? So repeat that 3 or 4 times. Okay, if I did X, it's an hour a day. The next time is 50% of your time. If you spend 50% of your time here, repeat that a few times. How does that feel? Okay, is that yours? And then the next time commitment to consider is all. If I spend all of my time here. So those are your 3 choices. You pick one, right? No one's here with you. They don't know, okay? But if you do, I would love for you to post on our socials, tag us, put on yours, and let us know. Let us know what that is so we can track this journey with you. And our last hack, guys, is set a marker. So if you have not enrolled in the 5-Minute Career Hack Masters program, oh my gosh, this is something that we talk about in one of the workshops, is around the exit strategy. And we talk the hackers through like creating a blueprint, like what does good look like for you? And you probably have heard in all of our episodes, one way or another, it's come up between Jamila, myself, or Candace around how do you reverse engineer. So a good part around a goal or whatever it may be that you set for yourself, this is what good will look like, okay? Or if I do this, this is what will be better. So I want you to set a 1-year marker. If you did this for 1 hour a day, in a year, this is where you will be, okay? If I spend 50% of my time here, in a year, this would be there. So hopefully this gets you closer to your genius zone this week, but it is going to take some inventory. Maybe this may be an activity that you practice all week, but until next time, be well, hackers. Have a good week.